ties to Harris. They don't want the American people. They don't want you to see who she really is, who she's really friends with. How many times have I said the Democratic Party has become the party of coastal elites? And they don't represent hardworking men and women anymore. If they did, they wouldn't allow chaos on the border. If they did, they would support law and order and safety and security and not, defund, dismantle, no bail laws. They would support energy independence so you pay less for your energy costs. They would support, sane economic policies that didn't take so much money out of your pocket. Have some self-respect, Kamala. Tell the American people, do an interview, do a gaggle, do a press conference. Tell people who you really are, what you really believe. Come out of Joe's, basement, take some questions, talk from the heart, leave the teleprompter at home, and why don't you just be honest about who you are and where you'd like to take the country. Anything else is only a glaring admission. You are not capable. You are too radical to be president. And the mission, I would argue, for the Trump campaign, if they want to win,
he was talking about Google searches being changed by the Harris administration.
And then the American people have a real choice.
To make her look good.
Early voting starts in 34 days. Here with reaction, the host of Here's the Deal with Kellyanne on FoxNation.com. Kellyanne Conway,
sheriff from
along
California,
the co-host of The Five, Judge
does
Jeanine
not
Pirro.
Endorse her.
Great to have you both. Judge, there's nothing about her campaign at this point that is real. I mean, oh yeah, I was all against fracking. I wanted to ban it. I wanted to ban drilling. I wanted gun confiscation and mandatory buybacks. Oh yeah, I want Medicare for all and elimination of health insurance. Oh, never mind. I don't believe anything that I said about.
Yeah, meanwhile, I got none.
That's Houdini would be proud.
Yes,
after working 30 years of my life.
A lot of America does not
immigrants
vote
got it.
Kamala
I
Harris.
don't.
And so it is to her advantage to be a blank slate. She can then represent to the people and say, I'm against banning. I want the border to be secure. I have fought as a prosecutor. But all that is make-believe stuff. Because we all know, just as that sheriff said from that presser several years ago, when she was the attorney general, she had nothing to do with the case other than show up. She wouldn't even shake hands with anyone. She showed up. She did the press. Kamala Harris is someone who believes in open borders. She believes in defunding police. She believes in no cash bail. And she also believes in closing every migrant detention center. And here's the problem for everyday Americans. If you want law and order, if you want your business to survive, then there cannot be crime like the crime that Sean just talked about with these individuals coming in from foreign countries, not vetted, raping, murdering women, young children. And what we've got in America right now are sanctuary cities that are supported by Kamala Harris and her pal there, Tim Walz, her VP candidate. And none of this is clear to the American people, which is why she's not speaking. If we can just show her as this happy vibe, isn't she wonderful, time for a woman nonsense, then she has a chance to win without the American people knowing what she stands for.
I contend, Kellyanne, she cannot win if the American people are fully informed about her positions in her own words.
Well, that's why she won't campaign.
No, you're right, but who's going to inform them? Us on this
Fox
show?
News is.
Well, certainly, but she's not going to inform them. She's not going to sit for an interview. Maybe she'll do a debate, but that'll be a lot of pablum and pie-in-the-sky promises also. Look, I do think you're onto something. The underlying fundamentals and the electoral map still benefit Donald Trump. This is his race to lose. And part of it is because Kamala Harris has been Joe Biden's number 2. She needs to eat and own all the failings and flailings policy-wise. I would say fewer insults, more insights. Let's not talk about whether her gender, her race, this, that, and the other is an asset or a liability. Let's look at the rest of the balance sheet. This is somebody who just this month should have to face hard questions about her role in two big events. 2 years ago, the Inflation Reduction Act, which should not reduce
my
inflation.
upload for the day.
Even today, it says housing is up 30%, groceries are up 20%, everything's way up.
God bless.
Except on morale.
Be safe.
Also, the end of this month is the 3rd anniversary of the chaotic, unnecessary, irrational withdrawal from Afghanistan. You want this woman to be commander-in-chief, so these things need to be laid out, but the judge is correct. And our fears are real, that left to our own devices, Kamala Harris is just one big old blind date and everybody's making her whatever they need her to be.
Not for me.
She's so good looking. She's so smart. She's so wealthy.
That's
she's
good
so
looking?
funny. She's close to her mom. She goes on really cool vacations.
She's a
She'll
dog.
never break your heart. Everybody's making her what they need her to be. She is defined. To define her is to deter her. And this has to be won or lost on policy.
This is the extreme,
Last
but
point.
Nancy
Every
better
time Kamala
looking.
Harris stands up and says something like, I'm going to give an economic speech. I'm going to roll out my plan for the border. She needs to be fact-checked immediately. That comes from people who are not yet in office, not somebody who's the sitting vice president of the United States.
You know, if you look at
God
the border,
bless.
it's
Please
wide
subscribe.
open, Judge. If